Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little while since I've actually come on here and talked. I haven't been making any soap videos because I haven't been making any soap. I am fully stocked with soap and I have a market coming up here this weekend, so hopefully I sell most of my stock and I'm going to start making more soap again. But right now I have a custom order of body butter, so I have to make 40 ounces altogether of body butter. I'm making 22 ounces of body butter, and I believe the person is going to be using them as Christmas gifts. So I already made 20 lip balms. She wants 20 bars of soap, which are already made. And then 20 2-ounce body butters. And then she's going to want a facial scrub and then bigger body butters. So hopefully I'll be able to make that because I'm doing a whipped body butter. So hopefully this is enough. If not, I'll just have to make more. And she didn't have any specific request for the scent that she wants in this body butter. So I'm just going to kind of see what I have. I might do like a seasonal scent. I might not, especially if she's giving it for Christmas. Usually, you know, they're going to be using it after Christmas, so they might not want the Christmas scent. So anyways, let me make sure I'm in shot because I have a new setup. I have a new stand for my camera and new lighting. So hopefully this all looks a lot better for you guys and it looks has better clarity. But anyways, enough of me talking. So this is my recipe. I'm doing 8 ounces of cocoa butter wafers, and these are the deodorized ones. So they still smell like cocoa butter, but it's less strong. This one here is 8 ounces of shea butter. This is 8 ounces of coconut oil, and this is 8 ounces of sunflower oil. So I found that this makes a really creamy, lightweight, fluffy body butter when you mix it all together, and you don't need any waxes or anything because the cocoa butter is extremely hard at room temperature. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the double boiler method. So I'm going to be using this big bowl here, and then I'm using my big pot that I use usually to make spaghetti. I filled that like in 2 inches worth of water on the bottom, and right now it's on the stove heating up. What, buddy? My kids, they're always fighting. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 8 ounces of cocoa butter in it, 8 ounces of shea butter, and the 8 ounces of coconut oil. Just going to use my hands, get in there. Alright, so here's my butters there, and I am going to bring you back when they are all melted down. I don't know how long this is going to take because I've never actually done this method with body butter. I've done it with like making candles, but I've never done it with this. So I will bring you back once this is all melted down. Okay, so I have my oils here. They're all melted down. The whole process took about 15 minutes, And now I'm going to just check the temperature of my hot oils and butters and just see where we're at. So it looks to be around 155 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and add my sunflower oil into that, and that will cool it down, and I will take the temperature of it with this oil added, and I'll just show you how quickly adding a cooler oil can cool down the total batch. My kids are currently in the living room watching YouTube videos, and I have to keep going in and checking on them, making sure they're not killing each other, you know, that kind of a thing. Or climbing on their train table. Hey, don't do that, honey. Don't do that. Put it down. All right. If anybody's concerned about their safety, they are completely safe. In previous videos, people were like, your baby's crying in the background and all that. I don't run immediately to my kids. My son, well, baby, is 1.5 years, and my other one is 3.5 years. So it's not like I'm leaving like a newborn baby just crying up in their crib. Sometimes they like to throw tantrums, and I don't run to them immediately when they're throwing a tantrum because I don't want to give them any extra attention when they're having a meltdown. So I tend to ignore them when they're trying to throw a fit. So that's why you might hear them like in the background making noise, and I don't stop them because I don't want them to think that they could just scream and get what they want. But anyways, so here is the temperature now. It's 137 degrees. So the freezer, once it's cooled down enough to actually stick in the freezer and not thaw out my freezer contents. But I'm going to stick it in the freezer after about a half hour of sitting. And then pull it out every 5 minutes to check on it. And what you're going to want is you're going to want it to be like a slushy. When you pull it out, you're going to want it to be like a slushy consistency. Alrighty guys, I am back here. It's been about an hour or so since I melted it all down. I put it in, or I left it out of the freezer for about a half hour to cool down to about 100 degrees, and then I stuck it in the freezer for about a half an hour. Right now the surface says that it's 48 degrees. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing it because it's gonna have some hard chunks if you don't. And I actually probably need to get a metal spoon to do this, just to kind of break up these chunks around the edge. Where did my metal spoon go? Let's look over here. Here's a spoon. All right. My metal spoon. And I'm going to just kind of up here. And now I just need to add my fragrance. Both fragrances that I'm going to be mixing together are from Aztec Candle Soap Supply. So here's what it looks like. And this one is French Lavender and Honey Bath and Body Works type. And this one is Lavender Vanilla Downy type. So I'm probably going to do a 50-50 of the Lavender and Honey and the Lavender Vanilla. That way it's a nice smooth lavender smell. And it'll have some other stuff mixed in. So if you're not a big lavender fan, it'll still be really, really nice to use. In the side of the bowl. Sometimes there's harder chunks that get around the bowl, and it makes it so that it's leaves like little chunks in the body butter. So I try not to incorporate those too much into it. So I'm going to go ahead and do milliliters. So there's 25 here. So I'll just stick with the 25 for now, and then I'll go from there. And then that's the French Lavender and Honey, and then this is going to be the Lavender Vanilla. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this in first and just see how this scent is before I add any more. So altogether it's 50 milliliters of fragrance oil. So before you turn it on, just get it kind of incorporated a little bit. That way it doesn't splatter out and get you. Okay, now I'm going to scrape down the sides to make sure that everything is incorporated. What's wrong, buddy? As you can see, this is delightful looking. So now that I have these edges and sides and stuff scraped down and back into the container, I am actually going to go back in and blend it one more time just to make sure that there's no harder pieces mixed in there. And then we'll be ready to package this all up. So I'll bring you back when it's all ready. Alright, so here it is. And now we're going to package it. So I'm going to grab all of my containers, sanitize all of the containers, and then we will package them all up. Alrighty guys, so I sprayed alcohol in all of my containers. They're currently drying right now. And then I got my piping bag and my round piping tip. Any round piping tip will do. You don't even need to use one if you don't want to. You could even go as far as using like a sandwich baggie or something like that to do this, or you could just spoon them in. I find it easier to kind of do this. That way it's less messy for me. My kids are being a little noisy. Patrick, what are you doing? Are you being a car? So for this portion, I'll probably speed it up and put music over it. That way you don't have to hear my kids making race car noises. And then you guys can just watch and see how I do it. wiped down. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Alrighty guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me through this kind of long video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright, I gotta go take care of the kids. Bye!